Hey guys, and welcome to the CFC Chat YouTube channel. I'm your host Ameya, and this is the preview for our FA Cup clash against Sheffield United. Now, I did join you guys for the preview of the Atletico Madrid game. Unfortunately, we weren't able to get out a review with me, but we are more optimistic this time around for this FA Cup tie. Now, first up, we can just quickly go over Sheffield United. Basically, they are rock bottom in the Premier League, and they aren't in the best of form. They surprised everyone last season. I think many people, including myself, actually had them to get relegated in the last season, but Chris Wilder did a brilliant job to keep them in the league, and not only keep them in the league but exceed expectations with them and finish so high up the table, much higher than anyone could have expected before the season began. This season, however, they haven't been up to that level of the last season, and they are rock bottom and struggling for points, and it's not looking good for them at the moment, and they're probably gonna go down because I can't see them making up 15 points from now until the end of the season, when you're barely able to win a game. And not to mention that Chris Wilder has left his job as the manager of Sheffield United as well. The man who got them to the Premier League and achieved that high finish in his first season in the Premier League has left the club. So I think the in charge of Sheffield United at the moment is the interim manager, Paul Heckingbottom. I was not aware of his name, which is why I just had to quickly look it up. But yes, Paul Heckingbottom is his name, who is the interim manager of Sheffield United until they announce an official manager. And I think the season's really been disastrous from them, from the injuries point of view. The number of injuries that they've had, their system doesn't seem to work anymore. And Chris Wilder had this really innovative system which everyone applauded last season, in fact, of his overlapping centre backs in the three at the back system. Now, they do sit compact and deep when they don't have the ball, but when they do get it, they have this really interesting combination where the centre backs overlap and then put the cross into the middle of the box. And it was basically unheard of at the level, and which is why I think they exceeded expectations last season. But this season, on the injury front as well, as I mentioned earlier, they haven't been kind, and they lost an important figure in Dean Henderson, in fact, who played a significant role in where they finished last season, and replaced him with Aaron Ramsdale, who's not been poor, but he hasn't been up to Henderson's level either, who is currently at Manchester United, of course. So I think quite a lot of changes. They also lost Sander Berge to injury earlier in the season, who was such a key part of their performance last season. So it's not been a good season for them, understandably, and I think they're probably gonna get relegated, and then in the Championship next season gonna hit the reset button and look to come back strong into the Premier League. But we're not talking about the Premier League, are we? This is the FA Cup, and this is the beauty of the FA Cup, in fact, is that you never know what to expect, and we are going to be facing them tomorrow. If this was a league match, I would 100% be so confident about this game, honestly, but it's not, and I think that it's not going to be an easy job for us, solely because Sheffield United now have nothing to lose, right? I mean, they've probably written off the rest of the Premier League season anyway, but they're like, we're in the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, sorry. If we do somehow get the better of Chelsea, we're suddenly going to Wembley for the semi-finals. So, I mean, they're definitely going to give it all that they've got for this one, and we should not be writing them off. That being said, we are in such spectacular form at the moment, aren't we? That victory against Atletico Madrid had me buzzing for days. I literally could not stop smiling. Adrenaline was coursing through my veins at 4 a.m. after the full-time whistle. So I was absolutely, stunned by that victory and by that performance, in fact. So I think that, our confidence is sky high at the moment, and I definitely think we should be winning this one. I think we can see some rotation, and we're not sure about the injury concerns. I think just today we learned that Jorginho picked up a knock in training, which is why he also wasn't included in Italy's international squad. So a few knocks like that, and we could see a bit of rotation from Thomas Tuchel as well. So let's get into the team news then. I think that's that for basically the prelude, and now we can talk about the team news and then move on to the prediction. In goal, I think Kepa would be given a start. I mean, he did start against Barnsley as well, which was our previous fixture, and didn't necessarily have a bad game. In fact, he made a couple of crucial saves that kept us in the game. And he played the next game against Newcastle United in the league and kept a clean sheet as well. So I wouldn't be too surprised if Kepa starts in goal. And we're probably gonna continue with the 3-4-2-1 system that we're employing at the moment. And I'm gonna go with Azpilicueta. I think has to be the right centre back. In the middle, probably Zuma and Rudiger once again. Not sure if Christensen will be fit enough to start after he wasn't midweek. In midfield, I would definitely give Gilmer a start. I mean, I know that this is probably going to be a very risky move, but I would definitely give Gilmer a start in this one. Alongside, I would say Kovacic maybe, or Jorginho as well. I think Jorginho, we're not sure about his injury situation at the moment, so I would probably go Kovacic and Gilmore maybe, solely because N'Golo Kante was running like an absolute machine in that Atletico Madrid game, wasn't he? So probably give him a break on this one. Don't want him to get injured. So Gilmore, Kovacic probably, and then Chilwell left wing back, and Hudson-Odoi right wing back, and up front, I would probably put Hakim Ziyech, Christian Pulisic, and Olivier Giroud. I think that's probably going to be a bit of rotation, of course. I think Pulisic, Hudson-Odoi coming in, Giroud as well. He did start off pretty great, but then Kai Havertz has taken up his place as the false nine, so I wouldn't be surprised if Havertz gets benched for this one, get some rest basically, and Giroud starts this game. So yeah, I think that's probably going to be our lineup. Just a couple of surprises, nothing too very out of the box, as they would say, but a couple of changes can be expected. And Thomas Tuchel was full of praise for Faustino and Jorin as well, so hopefully he is on the bench and can come off for a few minutes. I have gone with Gilmore to start this one, which is a very bold prediction, but I hope it comes true, and I hope that he can get the start. If not, it would probably just be Kante, Kovacic once again, and Gilmore can maybe come off the bench, but that's yet to see. I have of course not mentioned Mason Mount as well, and obviously not having played midweek, I could see him getting a game, but he's got selected for international duty as well, and Gareth Southgate loves Mason Mount, and he's probably going to play him in every single game, and I don't want him to sort of pressurize his muscles. Basically, I don't want him to get any sort of fatigue whatsoever, so which is why I've probably gone with Mount on the bench. Maybe he can come on if we do need him, if we are in need of a goal or if our performance is dropping, but personally I just don't want to risk him, and not to forget that this is the quarterfinals, and if we do win, we move on to the semi-finals. I think Southampton and Manchester City are the other two teams that will be joining us, so hopefully we do get through, and we will see the other team later on tomorrow between it was going to be one of Manchester United or Leicester. Anyway guys, I think that's the preview. I'll leave you guys with the last thing on my mind, which is the prediction, and I'm gonna go for a 3-0 win. This is probably going to be the first time that we scored 3 under Tuchel, because I don't think we have scored 3 ever since he's taken over, but hopefully tomorrow's the day, and up the Chelsea guys. Hopefully we can go on deep in the FA Cup and hopefully win it this time around after we were robbed of it last season. And anyway, until then, see you guys.